Following on from our Toyo product review, we decided to test out the Toyo Proxes R888 on our Project STI.
The Proxes R888 is designed for motorsport use, but it's still a road-legal tyre. As they're optimised for track use, their design doesn't cater too much for comfort while driving out on the street. The first thing you need to remember about semi-slicks is they don't work too well when they're cold, so you do need to warm them up. Now the Toyo Proxes R888s warm up very, very quickly under normal driving conditions. You'll generally find that if you pull out of your driveway, after about a minute or so they're up to an optimum temperature for general. Out on the road, the first thing you notice is that they're slightly noisier than a conventional road tyre. But for us who drive modified cars, that isn't really too much of an issue because you can't even really hear them over an aftermarket exhaust. Due to their stiff sidewall, the R888s have less flex, giving a bumpier ride out on the road. But as most of us probably have coilovers, it's not really too much of a drama and isn't really all that noticeable. However, the stiff sidewall does give a lot more steering feedback out on the road and makes the car much more predictable and obviously gives better handling. The tyres still have good grip in the wet, but due to their tread design, they do suffer from aquaplaning when there's standing water or the roads are flooded. This can be avoided though just with sensible driving. The grip levels of the tyres over a conventional tyre is absolutely huge. So in an emergency situation, the car corners better, and it also means that the braking level is dramatically increased as well. So the car is actually safer to drive on the street once the tyres are up to operating temperature. The soft compound of the tyre means that wear is increased, but driving on the road doesn't seem to be too bad on them, and they still last a reasonable amount of time. But their performance gain definitely outweighs the price of having to replace them. Out here at Oran Park is where these tyres really start to come to life. They've got excellent turning. The extra stiffness in the sidewall means I can throw the car into the corner. It's a lot more predictable, a lot more stable, and of course, it's got a lot more cornering grip. They're at optimum temperature within about half a lap here at Oran Park, but lap after lap, they stay nice and consistent. Now I made sure I got the tyres nice and hot out there at Oran Park, because when they get hot, that's when they get sticky, and when they're sticky, that's when they get lots of grip. And as you can see, they've gotten very hot and very sticky, just like a conventional race slick, which gives them all their extra grip. As you can see, it's still worn very evenly, and there's a few little beads floating about from when the tyre gets so hot it actually starts to reform the outer surface. Now when we get back out onto the normal road, that'll smooth that back out again from normal driving. The semi-slicks performed absolutely beautifully out on the track. They're able to do lap after lap and keep consistent temperatures as well as pressures. They've got an absolute unbelievable amount of grip, but the best thing about them is, for all the performance that they have, you can still use them on the street as well. Now they don't last as long as a normal tyre, but you can still see between 5,000 and 10,000 k's out of them without too much of an issue, and that includes some track time as well. Even with a couple of downfalls that they do have on the street, they're not really too much of an issue for general driving. You definitely get your money's worth when you're buying semi-slicks.
The ultimate test for the tyres was using them in the New South Wales round of Dutton Rally. The Dutton Rally is a tarmac rally event held over 3 days on various tracks in New South Wales. Over the event, the car did 1,000 kilometres of transport stages and almost 150 kilometres of competition driving in wet and dry conditions. The tyres went through over 30 heat cycles and left the event with over 50% tread still left. A testament to the performance of the tyres is that our car came in 29th place out of over 100 cars using standard suspension and basic engine mods. The tyres played the most significant part in this result. The car has since done over 2,000 kilometres worth of regular driving and a session at Oran Park. The tyres are still performing well and have just under 50% tread left.